Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Danielle, and if you're not new here, welcome the heck back. Today we are going over highly anticipated launch that Petula is bringing. We are getting Peak back in our lives. Peak has not released since like 2021. Petula hasn't released Peak since I've been with him for 3 years. So when I tell you that I'm happy to see it back with some updates, a few new colors, and after wearing these pieces for the gym, for running, for yoga, for just wearing them around, I'm going to happily be reporting back to the Petula team to see if we can make this like a regular type deal, because I think a lot of you can agree with me in that Peak is the best fabric Petula has. It just checks all the boxes. The Peaks remain at the top of my list for Petula. So let's get into the details of the Petula Peak collection. This is coming to you April 16th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. For this collection and any collections, any sales, anything Petula related, you can always feel free to use my discount code. All you have to do is type in my name at checkout, Danielle, and it'll get you 10% off. It'll save you a little bit of money while also supporting me, my life, and my relationship with Petula. I make a small commission, so I appreciate any and everyone who uses my code, has or will in the future. So don't forget that I do a monthly giveaway every month if you use my discount code, whether it's for Petula or Just Ingredients, which is the other brand that I work with, more protein and supplements. If you use my code for either of those brands, you will be entered into my monthly giveaway. But in order for me to know that you use my code, I need to see a screenshot of that order. So you can send that to me on Instagram message or email it to me, which I'll drop the email on screen or also in the description below. Be sure that you get your entries in for that. I always give away 2 gift cards to whether it's Petula or Just Ingredients. So let's go over my stats and sizing. So I'm 5'3", around 160 pounds. My chest is a 34C. My waist is 30 inches. Glutes, hips are 43 inches, and around my thigh is 27 inches. I do normally gravitate towards a medium. I feel like I'm a true size medium across the board. I have a wider back and a wider rib cage, which is why I lean towards medium in tops. And then I have thicker hips and just like a smaller waist. Now let's chat about the Peak fabric. If you are familiar with Peak, nothing as far as the fabric itself has changed. It'll feel the same exact way. And if you're not familiar with Peak and you're like, what the heck is Peak? So Peak is the most like ideal fabric you can get. So it is a textured fabric both on the outside and the inside. So it's this, they call it jacquard. I think that's how you say it. Jacquard. I don't freaking know if I'm saying that right. But it's like this knit textured fabric. Now it's not like overly textured to the point where like I put it on and I notice like the texture. So it's really not that much, but it is like, it is there, and it's on the inside and it's on the outside. Insanely stretchy every which way, so stretchy, durable, comfortable, sweat wicking, like all the boxes you could possibly check. Now, since Peak is so extremely stretchy, and I feel like the way that it's designed, it is going to stretch with you and conform with your body over time. So for example, I got a medium in the shorts, and because like I have thicker hips, the medium's already like stretched out to the point where like my hips are. So it is so conforming to your body. As far as compression, I would call it moderate. It's like right in between. It's not light, it's not high. It's like the perfect compression. I wore it for yoga, running, and working out, and I love it for all of those. It truly is like the best fabric Petula has to offer, in my opinion. As far as like what it's made of, it's 88% polyester and 12% spandex. That is the Peak fabric. If you guys have any questions about the fabric itself, please let me know. We are also seeing the return of the Cloud9 crop. This was also released in their Daydreamer collection, and I freaking love this top. I've been wearing my black and gray ones so dang much, so I happily got the 2 colors that are launching. The Cloud9 crop is made of a lightweight French terry. It's made of a 95% rayon, 5% spandex. It is so soft. It has some really great stretch to it. Very breathable, lightweight, like light to mid-weight. I've been throwing this over anything and everything to the gym for walking outside. If I just need a little cover up, this is the most ideal like summer, spring, little long sleeve. The 2 Peak colorways that are making a return are the lavender and the spruce. If you get the lavender or the spruce, and you have like old lavender spruce, the pattern, the color will match up exactly. It's the exact same thing. If you want an updated short or you want an updated top, you can do that. Here is the spruce up close. So it's like this light blue. It reminds me of mermaid. It's so freaking pretty. You can see the peak up close now. Like you can see that it's like almost like a chevron. Lavender, which is like this very light purpley white colorway, which is so stunning. Fuchsia, which if you have been with Petula a while, they did like a limited edition release of this color and not many people had like this pink bubble gum. It was called bubblegum. So they are coming out with fuchsia, which is a very much so identical. I think it's like a pinch different, but it's definitely a look-alike, basically a bubblegum. So it's this beautiful pink, like literal bubblegum colorway, and I love this. I'm so glad they're bringing this back because it has been all the rave. And then we're seeing a new colorway, spearmint, which is this beautiful like stunning teal green. And what I love about all these colorways is you can really mix and match. Like I have on right now the lavender and the bubblegum, and I feel like you can do the same with the spearmint and the spruce. I feel like we're getting so many different like mix and match combinations, especially with like past colorways. I think a lot of these pieces will go super well with. The peak leggings are coming in the lavender, the fuchsia, and the spearmint. They are coming in only a 25-inch inseam, and they're coming in sizes extra, extra small through 2XL. They will be $76. As far as sizing, I did a medium. I stayed true to size, and I recommend true to size for anyone else. Go with your true size legging or the same legging that you had in the past. With peak though, if you're in between sizes or like a more compressive fit, you could definitely get away with sizing down. For me, myself, I chose to do a medium, but I can easily do a small in the peak leggings. I just like my leggings themselves a little bit more comfortable, so that's why I went for a medium. Here are the new and improved peak leggings, 25-inch. Reminder, I am 5'3". Pull this part down, just given the fabric of peak, I feel like it's really stretchy, so you can pull it as far down or as far up as you want. So I actually really enjoy the 25-inch length and think it'll work for a lot of just different heights. Wearing a size medium, which is very comfortable, still flattering, not compressive by any means. And like I had mentioned, I could definitely get away with sizing down to a small if I really wanted to, but I'm really liking my mediums for the comfort. But as far as updates, we're getting a pretty similar like waistband. It's still like higher rise. I would say it's even like higher rise than the last round of peak. Still no front seam. On the leggings, we don't have side seams anymore. With all these peak bottoms, the leggings and the shorts, they did taper in the waist. The logo on the back is different this time around. It still is the leaf logo. It's just monochrome. I don't even know if you can see it. Added the hidden glute scrunch on the inside of these bottoms. In the inside of both the leggings and the shorts, we have that hidden glute seam. So it's just on the glutes, the seam that's on the glutes, they add this elastic to it just so that it contours the glutes nicely. I personally am not noticing the glute seam or like feel the glute seam as much in the peak leggings as I do in the Sierras or like Bears. So I personally think it's not as noticeable. I really can't feel it, don't notice it. Also on these leggings and the shorts, we are seeing the triangle gusset versus on the older ones, we were seeing the extended gusset. Some people in the past have gotten camel toe from the triangle gusset. I'm not getting any camel toe whatsoever. So just a rundown. The biggest differences are a tapered in waist, a little bit of a higher waist. We have a triangle gusset instead of an extended gusset. We also have one length, so 25-inch inseam only. And then we have the hidden glute seam on the inside, and then the updated monochrome logo in the back. And then as far as the leggings, we are not seeing the side seam. Future Danielle here. I just went through like all the details of the leggings, and I forgot to mention one key like difference. The old ones were less of an accentuated V tapered waist, and these new ones are definitely, they have like a more accentuated V in the back, which I definitely feel like helps flatter everything a little bit more. alongside the Peak leggings, we have Peak shorts. These are going to be coming in 6-inch only. They will be $54, sizes extra, extra small through 2XL, and they'll be coming in the same colors as leggings, so lavender, fuchsia, and spearmint. I am finding the shorts this time around to be running a little bit big, so I chose to size down to a medium, which I feel like I've been doing a little bit in shorts, but I used to be okay in Peak shorts with a size large. But I'm actually preferring the medium. As far as sizing recommendations, I think a lot of you will be happy with sizing down. If you're someone who sizes up in shorts like me because you want more room at the thigh and the glutes, you could definitely, I recommend sizing down to a smaller size, or if you're in between sizes or like usually go between like say an extra small or a small, I'd say go with your smaller size. These are going to stretch with you over time. Same with the leggings. These are going to stretch over time and really conform to your body. So as far as sizing recommendations, I definitely recommend sizing down. I actually got a medium, 2 mediums, and a large. So I'll show you the large, which I'm preferring my size medium in these just because they fit so much better. There's not as much extra fabric I'm working with, so I prefer my size medium, and they're just fitting so flattering. Same as the leggings as far as differences between the new and the old. We have a little bit of a higher rise waistband that's also tapered in, the thicker like double waistband, no front seam, no like side seams at all, and these are a true like 6-inch. Have the interior glute seam and then the logo branding, Petula droplet logo. And these also have the triangle gusset, same as the newer leggings, just in a shorts version, and we're only getting 6-inch, but I am a 6-inch girly. I have worked out in these, ran in these, I've literally done everything under the sun in these already, and I really like the medium. I love that they're so quick drying. They don't show any sweat. And also for like leggings and shorts, they're very like cellulite friendly. So these are a look at the medium shorts, fitting like a freaking glove. Like I definitely prefer these. There's not as much fabric to work with. These are the newer ones, the new Peak, and these are in a size large. I just feel like there's a lot of room. Like they're definitely comfortable. There's just a lot of fabric for me, and I want to be working out and running, and I just want a little bit more of a compressive fit with Peak, knowing that they're going to still stretch over time. So that's why I am preferring the medium over the large in these. But these are the large in a color lavender. I still like them. I went to yoga in them and they performed well, but like you can just see there's just like, I don't know, just a lot, and I don't feel that held in at the waist. Like it's just very roomy. But I did want to do with the lavender one, the lavender color, a little sticker test, because this is definitely going to be more of a see-through color. So if you have tattoos or are worried about that, I don't know, I can't really see that sticker unless it stretches out. Honestly, I feel like Peak does a really good job about, since it's patterned and chevron, you can't see the sticker. Like the sticker's here. I can't see it. I mean, maybe if I really stretch it out, I think with the lavender color especially, going with nude underwear or commando is going to be your best bet. But I'm not finding these to be too see-through, but these are also a size large. So I can see possibly it being more see-through in my size medium. TKO bra, which we've seen in the past. We saw this in the Reps and Roses collection, so it's the same fit, same like feel, just in the Peak fabric. We are seeing this bra in the lavender, the fuchsia, and the spearmint. This bra is coming in sizes extra small through 2XL. It'll be $46, and this is recommended for A to D cups. I personally think, as far as sizing, this is running true to size for me. I did a medium. I think if you're in between sizes, I think it's just gonna depend on your chest size. But I personally think a lot of you will be happy in your true size. If you have a smaller chest, I think you could size down. If you have a bigger chest, I would say true to size, or if you're in between, size up. For this bra, the coverage is definitely on the lower side, and as far as support, surprisingly, it's on the light to moderate side. I wore this for yoga and I felt really well like supported and held in, even given the coverage. I feel like this offers pretty great support. The TKO bra, I decided to go with a medium. This is in the beautiful, stunning color lavender, and like I said, I feel like the bubblegum and the lavender go really well together as far as mixing and matching. My size medium fits me like a glove. I did the same size in this TKO bra for the Reps and Roses, so I think it's fitting very identical and it's very flattering, and I just love it in the peak fabric. We don't have like a huge like supportive elastic band down here, so just keep that in mind. If you are heavier set, I would gravitate towards the other bra. So it's not very supportive around this area, but we do have this like curved hem, so it almost like goes down, which I think is super flattering. We do have removable cups. There is this like front seam right here that's not very noticeable, a V plunge neckline, which obviously is very flattering, and we have almost like a halter look type strap. We do have this interior mesh lining, which is nice and cooling, perfect for workouts, and the peak fabric itself is very quick drying and sweat wicking, which I love. The back of this TKO bra is fully strappy, and all the straps are fully adjustable. I think I like the peak fabric one more than I do in the Sierra fabric. Like I think I'll be pulling this specific one more than my Sierras. So we are also seeing in this collection the Peak Flex sports bra, which this design is literally the exact same as, if you know, the bare open back. So if you have that, you will love this one. The Flex sports bra is coming in the fuchsia, the spearmint, and it's coming in spruce, which is this lighter blue color. This top will be coming in sizes extra small through 2XL, and it'll be $49. And they're recommending it for cup sizes A through double D. As far as sizing, I think this is running pretty true to size, and if you have the bare open back, this is running identical to that. If you're in between sizes, you could definitely size down. I personally got a medium in all the colorways, but I think I could have easily done a size small just to give me a little less extra fabric and some more compression. As far as coverage, I would say moderate. We have this like lower neckline. It's definitely not high, but by any means, but I feel like it offers like pretty decent coverage. And then as far as support, I would also say moderate. Wearing the spruce color in a size medium, which I have all the colorways in a medium, and I really love this top. It's literally running and looking exactly like the bare open back, a little bit more like supportive, a little bit more coverage, so it'll be definitely the better option for anyone who likes the coverage or has a larger chest. A longer line, so it's coming down further. This, I feel like, given that it's in the peak fabric, this piece of fabric I feel like is going to stay right put. It is very comfortable on my rib cage. Nothing about this top is digging in, so that's why I feel like if you're in between sizes, you can size down. It's the peak fabric, and it is so stretchy, you guys. So stretchy. Seam right below the bust, and this seam is not restricting at all. It's very stretchy, very comfortable. And then we have removable cups, that interior mesh lining, which is nice and cooling, and then we have these spaghetti straps. This is definitely one of my favorite bras. I'm so happy to see this design coming back. And then the back is just very flattering. We have this like keyhole detail, halter back, and the monochrome logo is also in the back. Out of the two, I would definitely choose this one just because I've been waiting for this top to make its comeback. If you're sensitive to things, digging into the traps, this is a little bit like it's kind of digging in, and the fact that I can't adjust it, you know, I personally don't mind it, but if you're someone who is sensitive to that, I think I would recommend more of the TKO bra, just because it's adjustable. And then last but not least, the Cloud 9 crop, as I mentioned, is making a comeback. This is going to be in sizes extra small through 2XL, and it'll be $42. As far as sizing, I feel like this one is really going to depend on what kind of sizing you like. I honestly got a small and a medium because I really like both of those sizes. This definitely runs bigger, oversized, size, so just keep that in mind. If you like things baggier and oversized, I would say true to size. If you like it even extra, like really baggy, you could size up, but I personally really like my small a little bit better than my medium, so I personally like to size down. Here is the Cloud9 crop in the new color Emerald. I've worn these, so there's probably going to be stains on these when I try them on, so don't come for me, I need to wash them. But this Emerald crop I am wearing in a size medium, guys, but I always like tuck mine up, but super cute, super flowy. I love pairing this color specifically with the new Spearmint colorway, deep emerald color. This material has really great stretch and is very lightweight. Oversized arms, more of like a boxier fit, and in the back we just like have a seam. But this indigo one is a size small, and I prefer the size small just because it comes up a little bit higher, and I can still tuck it in, still super cute. But this one's just only slightly relaxed and slightly oversized, which I like. I like the small over the medium. I still like both, which is why I got both. But this beautiful, stunning indigo color, are you kidding me? It pairs so well with the lavender or the fuchsia. My favorite combination with the emerald is definitely the spearmint. These two together are a match made in heaven. For the indigo, I really love the fuchsia with the indigo, or even this indigo with the lavender that I'm wearing on the bottom. So stunning. Or even with the spruce. Okay, literally you can do so much with these Cloud9 crops and all these pieces. If you have older pieces, so these are old peak shorts, they are going to match right up with what you've got. So here's a look at those two. Like you can see, they are the exact same. I promise you guys, they're literally the same. And then same with the spruce. Same with the spruce. So it's literally the same exact pattern. I think that is it as far as what's coming to you guys as far as the peak collection. Hopefully like all the differences and the updates and just going through each piece helped you a little bit understand what the biggest differences are in sizing. So hopefully this all helped you guys. But the peak collection is coming to you Wednesday, April 16th, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Discount code Danielle to save and support. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments, or feel free to come over to my Instagram and send me a message. That's it. I am so happy to see peak back. Happy to have it in my closet. So happy to see it in my closet. Sorry if you heard a bunch of construction noises during this whole triad, because they're building a house right next to our apartment. So anywho, hopefully this helped you guys. I will end it off here and catch you guys next time. Bye.